welcome to my channel. Okay, so we have been going through the Tales of Peter Rabbit in the videos I have made this past week. So today we're going to go through the different projects and materials that you can use for these stories to go with them. So for the first one, we got a Venn diagram. I have 2 sheets of paper. This one I cut out 3 circles in different colored construction paper and trim them so that you can have the 2 different sections and then the compare and contrast section. And I stuck those stickers onto a white piece of construction paper with a tiny bit of Mod Podge so that it will go through my laminator without getting messed up. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a black piece of construction paper and putting on strips of magnetic tape. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to cut this in half so it's not quite so thick. And then I will use the other half of the strip for the words that we're going to be able to post on here. And this is a really nice resource because it's going to be magnetic, it's going to be laminated, and we can switch out the different topics. So at the very top, I'm going to have a magnetic Peter Rabbit and Flopsy Mopsy and Cottontail on here. And for different books, we can just take those 2 magnetic words off and switch them with different words. So this is a resource you can use for any ELA project where you want your child to compare and contrast using a Venn diagram. So, all right, let's go. The title is going to be right here, so this is where we're going to want our magnetic pieces on the black piece of paper because they're going to be pasted together. So we have this here. And that's just about perfect. A thing with these this magnetic tape is when you take it off, it doesn't like to uncurl. So I did take a length of it and set it under a very heavy book overnight in order to straighten it out so it wouldn't completely mess up my paper. And that's perfect. We're also going to want stripes underneath. So we're going to want stripes all the way across on either side of this. Now you might be wondering why I use magnetic tape instead of magnetic sheets, in which case I could have just covered the entire thing. The answer to that is simple. It's because it costs more. So our most cost-effective method was to get the magnetic tape, cut each of them in half, and just put them in strips like this. And when I have it covered, you'll be able to put them, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Put the answer choices on the backs of these little scrap pieces, and they will fit on any one of these magnetic strips that are in here. There's 3 on the middle section and 4 strips on each of the big circles. All right, so I put my magnetic piece down on the laminator sheet first, and before I even made this, I did trim the construction paper down just a little bit so that it would fit in the laminator pocket. All right, and then I just have to squish the Venn diagram piece on over the top of the magnetic piece. And it's not going to be perfect. Back when I worked in the schools, my parents used to make fun of me a little bit because I am absolutely hopeless when it comes to cutting straight lines. I don't know why, I can't do it. All right, the laminator, turn it on to hot, and it will take a few seconds for that to heat up, and then we'll push it through and see how it turns out. Alrighty, while I was waiting for that to heat up, little Mr. Daniel decided to wake up, so he's going to help me feed this through the laminator. Alright, make sure to always feed materials through your laminator with the pocket closed side in first. And we'll push that through. It'll start feeding in a sec. Hold on, buddy. Whee! Down we go. I always have trouble in the first part of this feed. My laminator's a little funny in which direction it needs to go through. There we go. And it's eating. You good right there? Hello. And let's see how this turns out. Ooh, rats. I crimped the edge a little bit. That's okay though. It should still look okay for the most part. And all of our OCD friends out there are gonna be so mad at me for the non-perfect way this looks. Like I said, I'm not good at lining things up. That's not my skill set. I'm not good at perfect lines. I'm not good with cutting straight. It's really pathetic, honestly. But that's okay. I'm just showing you what it's supposed to look like, and then you can make it better. Oh, there it goes. And that's the dog asking for water. One second, buddy. Let me finish this first so I can turn it off. Let's see. And it fed all the way through. Great. That's exactly how I wanted it to turn out, actually. You can also see the indents from where the magnets are, which will make it easier when you're placing the magnetic word bank words on top of there. So let's see. Oh, sweet. I was a little worried that they wouldn't stick all the way through the lamination, but they do. These are really weak magnets. So if you pick it up or shake it at all, it probably will fall. Oh, but it's not. Hey, I'm actually really proud of this. This turned out better than I thought. What you think, Daniel? You're gonna be doing this in a few years. But for now, teaching resource. It's beautiful. For the next part of our resource project, I am going to be cutting out the printouts for both the Venn diagram words as well as the math carrots. Now with the carrots, the reason why I don't have numbers or dots on any of them ahead of time is because I want to be able to change these ones up based on the level of my students. So I'm going to laminate them and then I'm going to draw on them with dry erase so that I can change it. So I can do numbers and tallies or numbers and dots without having to change up the actual resource every time. So instead of printing it, I'm just going to dry erase it on top of the laminated part, which is a great way, well, a great reason to laminate things because then you can draw dry erase on it. So, alrighty. Alright, so I got lazy with cutting out the carrot tops, so it does look like that. If you want to do it yourself, feel free to cut the carrot tops out all the way, but I did not feel like it. Alright, so I separated the carrot pieces from the English words, so we're going to go ahead and finish that part first and put the magnets on them and see how it looks, and then I'll show you different little math resources you can use as well. Alright, so this is our end product of our Peter Rabbit Venn diagram. The magnets are really weak, which is okay, because technically you're not going to be lifting them up all that much anyhow. But they do stay on there pretty well. The laminated sheet works, and also, best thing about lamination, I can write in it on with dry erase, with dry erase marker. I'm sorry, Daniel, am I having trouble with words? So now that I have this, I can write a different topic in. If you want to add different words, you can add different words in with dry erase marker. If you would rather your child come up with their own as opposed to using the magnets, then you can do that. So this works for me for multiple ages, because for the younger ages, I have the words already out and they just match them with the magnets. And for my older ages, I would give them a dry erase marker and write the differences between Peter Rabbit, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail and what's similar between them. So, love teacher resources. They're the best. All right, before we go, I am going to show you a quick math resource as well and different ways you can do laminated math stuff. All right, let's go. All right, so these are my different math resources. These are the carrots we made today. I do like the dry erase on them because I can do number recognition with dots, with tallies, with Roman numerals, and then I can just change them up however I want. I only cut out 3, and I did in fact end up cutting out the tops all the way, but there's half of a Velcro dot on the back of each because they are so small as compared to my normal math resources. But I kind of like it because it's good for working on that fine motor skills as well. So yeah, there's our little carrots, and these are the math resources I made a while back for single digit addition and number recognition with dots. So that's just fun. And of course I have tons and tons of these ice cream scoops and cones, but I just put out a few so you guys can kind of see what it looks like, get some ideas for your own resources. Kids love the ice cream, and if you see some marks on it, it's because I used to use these with students and they would draw dots on them to count. So they would draw 5 dots on this one, 2 on this one, and then count the dots. I used to teach special education, so we used a lot of resources like this. Well, alrighty. Thank you everyone for stopping by my channel. I hope you enjoyed this resource idea video, and I'll see you next time. Please hit the like and subscribe button below. All right, bye-bye.